Apple might be about to launch its thinnest iPhone ever, the iPhone 17 Air. And if the leaks are correct, this could be one of the most stunning phones Apple has ever made. But the real question is, will Apple's obsession with making the iPhone super thin come with compromises in battery life and camera features? Let's go step by step and break everything down. First, the timeline. Apple has been very consistent with its iPhone launches for years, and 2025 looks no different. Reports suggest that the iPhone 17 Air will be officially announced on September 9. Pre-orders will likely go live on September 12, and the actual release date is expected to be September 19. So if you're planning to upgrade, those are the key dates to keep in mind. Now let's move on to design, because that's where the iPhone 17 Air really stands out. This phone is rumored to be just 5.5mm thick. To put that into perspective, most flagship smartphones today are between 7 and 8mm. That makes the Air not just the slimmest iPhone ever, but also one of the thinnest smartphones ever made. And it won't just be thin, it will also be light. At just 145 grams, the iPhone 17 Air is almost as light as the old iPhone mini series, which many people loved their compact and pocket-friendly feel. But making a phone this slim means Apple had to make some trade-offs. For example, the display is rumored to be slightly smaller than what you might expect from a plus-sized iPhone. Instead of a huge screen, the Air will reportedly have a 6.6-inch OLED display. It's still big enough for most users, but Apple seems to be avoiding the mistakes of the past. Remember, Bendgate, with the iPhone 6 Plus. By keeping the size a little smaller, Apple is aiming to make this ultra-thin phone more durable. Even so, the display quality itself should be top-notch. We're expecting 120Hz promotion for smooth scrolling, and always on display, and Apple's best OLED technology. So while the screen may not be the biggest, it's still gonna look fantastic for gaming, videos, and everyday use. Now let's talk about the cameras. And this is where things get a little underwhelming. The iPhone 17 Air is rumored to come with just a single 48-megapixel rear camera. It's likely going to be a wide-angle sensor, which is fine for general photography, but it means no telephoto zoom and no ultra-wide shots. Compared to other iPhones that offer multiple lenses, this will definitely feel like a step back. There's also another limitation. Because there's only one rear camera, the iPhone 17 Air won't be able to capture spatial videos for Apple Vision Pro headset. That feature requires two lenses, so Vision Pro owners will miss out if they pick this phone. For some people, that won't matter, but for those into Apple's mixed reality ecosystem, it's a missed opportunity. Inside, however, the iPhone 17 Air is shaping up to be powerful. It's expected to feature Apple's laceably the A19 Pro, along with 12 GB of RAM. That puts it right on par with the Pro models in terms of performance. To handle the heat in such a slim body, Apple might introduce a vapor chamber cooling system. So while the camera setup is basic, performance-wise this phone should be lightning fast. Now, on to one of the biggest concerns, battery life. With a phone this thin, there isn't much room for a large battery. Leaks suggest the iPhone 17 Air could have just a 800 mAh battery. For comparison, the iPhone 16 Plus had almost 700 mAh. That's a significant drop. Apple is reportedly working on software optimizations and better battery efficiency, but realistically, this won't be the best iPhone if all-day battery life is your top priority. To make up for that, Apple might release a new MagSafe battery pack alongside the iPhone 17 Air. There are also rumors of a new battery case, which would give users extra juice on the go. It's pretty clear Apple knows that could be a weak spot for this model. Charging speeds are expected to stay around 25W for wired charging and Q2.2 for wireless. But some analysts believe Apple could bump wired charging up to 3050W, which would make a noticeable difference. On the connectivity side, things are a bit mixed. The iPhone 17 Air will likely use the same C1 modem as the iPhone 16, which means no MAVE 5G support. For most people, that won't make a huge difference, but if you're someone who really cares about the fastest 5G speeds, it might feel like a downgrade. The good news is that Wi-Fi 7 support is expected across the entire iPhone 17 lineup, so if you've got a Wi-Fi 7 router, you'll benefit from faster and more stable connections. Finally, let's look at pricing. The iPhone 17 Air is expected to replace the iPhone 17 Plus, putting it in the mid-range tier of the lineup. Pricing is rumored to start between $899 for the base 128GB model. That makes it more affordable than the Pro models but more expensive than the standard iPhone 17. So, what's the bottom line? The iPhone 17 Air is shaping up to be the thinnest and light phone ever made. It'll have a sleek design, a stunning display, and flagship-level performance. But the trade-offs are clear: a single rear camera, smaller battery, and no spatial video support. If you're someone who values design and portability above everything else, the iPhone 17 Air could be the perfect phone for you. But if battery life and a full-featured camera system are more important, the iPhone 17 Pro models will likely be the better choice.